Rupali madam, you are host now, so you can share your screen, madam.
Yes, sir, yes.
Yes, yes,
Just let me know when I can start.
yes, ma'am. Sure. Madam, students are joining, so we can start the session, ma'am.
Okay, sir, fine. A very warm good morning to all the students and the faculties present. Um, Today we'll be discussing the topic of datasets that are required for any project of machine learning or data science. The topic is equally useful for T and B students. So I have specifically chosen this for the discussion. B students may be targeting at their academic projects. So those students who require the data sets for machine learning, they can use these standard data sets. Many of the research papers that work on machine learning data sets need some data for validating their output. That is, suppose you are working on some diagnosis of, say, brain tumor. But because you are not an expert in surgery or neurology, you will have to refer some data that detects brain tumor, detects its presence, detects the size or location, and also suggests the diagnosis for the such tumor cancer. So because being programmer, we are technically okay with handling the algorithm side or the computation side, but we require this ecosystem, which is data sets, which is surveys, which are medical reports, and other data sets. So such standard data sets are used by many of the researchers and they require it. So there are many standard benchmarked data providers which provide such data sets for validating the results of machine learning projects. Let it be of any type. Vast data sets are available and they are also large in number. So you can validate your outcomes using these data sets or referring to the results from these data sets. So this is the session topic today, and I have explained why the discussion is required on this topic. So let us continue. First, there exist data sets for computer vision and related machine learning projects. Now, what is computer vision? Observe this image carefully. This is an image that has been captured by a camera, and the camera is reporting to some algorithm, and algorithm is detecting the location and type of an object that is there. What the algorithm is detecting, that there is some bicycle, there are few persons, and also their location, where are they, and there are some car objects that have been detected by the camera. So what do you think is the use of such computer vision? You can interact, use your mics. What may be the applications wherein such things are required? Okay, let me explore you what is computer vision and the related data set. Now, the computer vision is a field of artificial intelligence which enables the computer system to detect meaningful information from digital images or videos or other visual inputs like graphs, maps, etc., and take the recommended action based upon the information. Suppose it is a auto driving car. Now the car, because it is being a pilot car, it has to detect what are all the obstacles in its path and take appropriate actions accordingly. That is, if it is a signal, detect that the object is signal, detect the color red or green, and either continue, drive, or stop, or detect object like other cars and their locations, how much apart the cars are, and accordingly adjust the speed of the vehicle, or detect animals that are coming across the in the path of the drive, or persons or other vehicles like bicycles, etc. So it has to detect what type of object it is, how far it is, and hence how the speed of the car should be adjusted or whether it should be stopped. So such actions are to be taken, right? And such kind of projects are called as computer vision project, where a computer algorithm is been programmed to detect various types of objects and their locations, and take and give the recommendations accordingly to the algorithm. For example, in this case of auto drive vehicle, give recommendation of adjusting the speed, continue drive, or stop drive, right? So I hope you have got what is meant by computer vision. So if AI enables computer to think, computer to observe and understand, it can make the computers to act. That is, the algorithm is trained by, in case of auto drive vehicle, the algorithm is trained by which can be possible objects in the drive: persons, animals, signals, other vehicles, and how the action to be taken, or what action is needed when such objects are detected at a location, right? So AI is required, wherein we train the machine learning algorithms like classifications to classify the objects and determine their locations, and we use the standard data sets available to train our algorithm to determine type of objects in a travel or in a drive. So wherever you see that it is an auto action on classification of the objects, there is AI involved. And this AI, why we called as AI, artificial intelligence? Because not a person, but a machine is taking decision. Machine is detecting the object, and machine is doing the related action, right? In this case, computer detects the objects and give signals to the controls of the vehicle to adjust the speed, continue or stop. So because a machine is involved here, not a human, we say that it is artificial intelligence which is making the things work on behalf of the human, right? So computer vision data sets include various such training data sets available. Now, I hope I have explained you what is computer vision. That is, if a human brain is given a dish full of fruits, we sense them, see them, detect them by eye, and can see the objects. What are the objects that are lying there? That is, a bowl is there, different fruits are there, right? But same input when given to computer vision algorithm driven by AI, it has some sensing device and it is interpreting what kind of object it is. And like a human, it is giving the same output. Why? Because this computer has been trained using machine learning algorithm to detect various types of objects, sensing their sizes, colors, appearance, etc. Right? So this is the good figure that can help you to detect what is meant by computer vision. This is another example. The image is automatically detecting the objects that are lying or that are coming in the way of a car, and it is taking an action. See that every thing, that is wherever it is written, text is written, it is detecting that text also. So it has detected traffic signal, the persons in the path. Even you can see that it has named it as a person, and it has also named its location in units, maybe meters, from the vehicle, with respect to the vehicle, and it is automatically changed as the vehicle makes its drive progressed, right? So this is the applications of computer vision. So self-driving vehicle, where a human is set off the duty of driving and can rely on machines to take the drive further. There is a facial recognition to authenticate consumer device ownership. For example, you may have your laptops which can recognize your face, or mobiles which can recognize your face and can detect the ownership or authenticate it as a genuine user or not. Then there is automated and mixed reality technologies are there. That also are computer vision applications. Augmented reality means what? You may be aware of the Pokemon game, that the person is visualizing the Pokemon running in actual environment, and it detects the objects and takes the next action accordingly. So augmented reality stands for the reality that has been there around in environment, plus the object that has been inserted, enabled, or used during the programming, or to create some vision in front of eyes of the user. Or Google smart glasses that you must be aware of, that it is telling you the path, where the turn is, where your location is, what are lying in the location. So this is example of a smart glass, which is telling you the objects appearing, or distances, or location, or the destinations. So these are some examples of computer visions. Also, Google Translate image into preferred languages. That is, say you use Google Lens, and suppose you are traveling to China and you do not know Chinese. So as soon as you scan, suppose a board of a shop written in Chinese language, the Google scans that image, that Lens will scan that image and will convert or translate it into equivalent English. Right, so it is detecting the object, doing the character processing, and converting into using NLP into preferred language, maybe Marathi, maybe English, whatever you choose for. So that are the applications of computer visions. Can anyone tell me other applications looking at whatever we have described till now? Can you come up with few examples of computer vision, other applications where this can be applied? There are 50 plus participants, so I request you to interact using your mics. Say, I suggest one application, say, it can be used in medical surgery applications, wherein a camera is inserted using medical equipment into the body of the human to detect the position of cancer or spread of cancer cells. So it is detecting the objects that it has been trained for. And accordingly, the doctors can see on the screen what are the objects and where actually the surgery is to be needed, or which part is as a of tumor is to be removed. Right? So if any one of you are doing your final year projects similar to this, then you will require some data sets suited for the or which give you that what types of objects may come across and what action is required accordingly. So let us see one of such websites. Analyticsdimag.com is a website I have referred, that there are many data sets available here, which you can use for your projects. Let us switch to this and see what are all the data sets available. Later, I will introduce you with Kaggle and all, where these data sets are available. So we are on the website analyticsdimag.com, and here are 10 open data sets that you can use for computer vision projects. It is recognizing the vehicles, person, different signs, the meaning of the signs, right? So it is aptly explaining you what is computer vision. Here is the first data set, CFAR 10. Let me magnify this image. So you can see that there are different objects. Cars are there, and different types of cars are there with different colors, locations, distance from the camera. Birds, animals are there, and vehicles like boats, trucks, other vehicles are there. Right? So CFAR 10 is you can just go through this that has been created by, say, you can see one Indian name also, Vinod Nair. The data set is used for recognizing object recognition, and it consists of 60,000 images in 10 classes. So we could see some classes like dogs are there, birds are there, cars are there. So because there are 10 classes, there are 6,000 images available per class. That is per type of object. So you can train your algorithm to determine 6,000 images of one type. And once the algorithm learn by learning say 10,000 images, 6,000 images of dogs, it will be given a next new image of dog. It will be able to identify that image. Also, there is one data set of city spaces. It is an open sourced data set, you can see here. It is a diverse set of stereo video sequences recorded in street scenes. What type of objects can occur in a street, right? So obviously it's a data set for developed countries. If you want to work on an Indian roads projects, then you know what types of different objects may come across a vehicle, right? So you may require specific to India data sets. because all these vague things have been developed for developed countries' streets. You can see here there are 5,000 frames and a large set of 20,000 weekly automated frames. Right? So you can imagine that how you can train your algorithm when you have such vast training data so that it recognizes the new data. You must be aware of this IMDb. Those who are fans of watching movies online or downloading it, it has the pictures of different actor, actresses, players. And on this, you can see there is a 5 lakh plus face images in the data set. And algorithm can be trained to recognize these images. Kinetic 700 is another famous data set, which is a high quality data set of YouTube videos, which include diverse range of human focused actions, which are the human spoken actions. So suppose you want to develop a robo which responds to human actions. For example, if I take an object in my hand and gives to a robo, the robo should also respond by raising its hand and accepting the object I am passing over. Right. So that robo should be able to determine my action, that I am holding an object, I am giving it. So that action of spreading the hand and holding it in front of robo, that action should be detected, right? So for such type of applications wherein human interaction is to be detected, this kinetics data set can help you to train your algorithm. So you can just go through this. I'm passing this URL in chat box. That how you can learn from these images. Fine. Let me switch to the next topic. Also on Wikipedia, there is a list of data sets for machine learning research. From there also you can select a category like clinical research, like auto driving vehicle, or like maps, and you can train your algorithm accordingly. So those who are dealing with machine learning projects in final year, go sure through these websites and try to understand the data sets. Now let us continue with next topic that are what is called as sentiment analysis. Can you recognize what is sentiment analysis from this particular image?
Emotions, madam.
So using emojis or text, people express their feelings on social media or give their reviews on brands, different brands they're buying through, say, maybe e-commerce. So this is called as sentiment analysis. So it is a opinion mining, trying to analyze what kind of opinion people are giving about an object, entity, organization, company, whatever. So it's a natural language processing technique that is used to determine whether users are expressing positive, negative, or are being neutral towards their product, organization, or entity. Got it? So it is often used in business to detect what people are thinking about our products. Say, for example, a new cosmetic is launched and they want to do a survey that how this product has been liked by the customers spread all over the world. Suppose the product is available on e-commerce site like Amazon. People are buying through Amazon, so many people give reviews so that it can help others shoppings to consider that product or not. So it is impossible to manually scan those reviews given by the people all over the world. So there may be millions of reviews. So there is a need of a machine learning algorithm which can go through these reviews and come up with, okay, how this product is liked by people or not. So it should give you statistics in numbers that how people are reacting to this product, and this exactly is called as sentiment analysis. So it is often performed using textual data or emojis to monitor brand or products, the sentiment of customer feedback, and understand what customer need. People may give that this product would have been useful if, they'll write something like that, then that would have been useful for me. So if we analyze that way also, we come across the needs of people, that what people are demanding and how I should refine my product so that it is purchased by maximum number of customers. So that exactly is called as sentiment analysis. And what are applications of this? Obviously, product promotions, marketing, strategy planning, deciding the areas where the product can be promoted or not promoted, right? So what is role of artificial intelligence and machine learning in that? For example, suppose we can use sentiment analysis to automatically analyze the reviews given by product and discover if the customers are happy or not about the product. Understand what customers are requiring, where customers are switching. You may have observed such things during the election periods in India, that people comment on work done by the politicians, and that can be mined and can be decided that can be used to create the image of that politician, that whether I should vote this politician or not, right? So we are aware that during the US elections, how the social media was vastly used by different political parties to build the images of their candidate. Especially when Barack Obama was elected as president, good use of social media was done to help him reach various regions of the country, right? So this can be looking at the others' reaction. People also generate their image about product, entity, person, and can decide their opinion. So sentiment analysis, in short, is a opinion analysis. And obviously, because vast number of opinions are there, we cannot rely on a single computer to do this. Because being big generation of big data, we rely on machine learning algorithm to analyze this. So there are types of sentiment analysis, it can be a fine-grained sentiment analysis, where very detailed analysis can be carried out, and your results can be segregated in, say, percentage, that 5% people are very positive, neutral, negative, very negative kind of analysis. Then there is another emotion detection analysis, which is type of sentiment analysis that aims to detect emotions, like people are frustrated, angry, sad, happy, and so on. So emotions can be detected using lexicons, which are nothing but list of words related to emotions which convey our feeling. Multilingual sentiment analysis can also be done. That is, this is obviously, you understand that it is been done by people speaking many languages. So that is one part. And aspect-based sentiment analysis, that is It is related to some object or experience. That is, battery of camera is low. So it is related to the object. From that aspect, it is doing its analysis and giving user the reports, right? So this is how the sentiment analysis can be done. Now, can anyone come up with applications of sentiment analysis other than I spoke? Think of what can be the other application. Do you know the word chatbot?
Yes, ma'am.
So how the chatbots perform? Users are interacting with chatbots to do some transactions, say banking transactions. SBI YONO is such chatbot used by State Bank of India, which takes the request from users related to banking. Say, for example, how can I get loan of this? So the automated chatbot response can be what amount you require, for what duration you required, for what purpose you required, and accordingly it can automatically suggest products to the user, right? So it that can be the kind of a sentiment analysis done where users needs can be understood by a machine. Let us see this website. Same one, analyticsdemag.com. It is used for sentiment analysis. It has data sets of sentiment analysis to understand what people are thinking. So it is a feedbacks available from Amazon product data. See what is the size of data set. 142.8 million Amazon reviews are available here. From what period they are available. So if you are doing time specific analysis, then that can be helpful to you. Then other, say IMDb review data set. How people are giving reviews to different movies. You know, these highly polarized reviews are considered to elevate that or to promote that movies further on different, say, OTT platforms. Twitter uses US airline sentiment and gives the reviews to the airline services. Accordingly, people may like or dislike the services. Here in this particular data set, lexicons, that is emotions for 81 languages are available. Languages from African to Yiddish. So vast number of languages are there from which you may like to understand sentiments, right? So you may require other language also. Suppose you have a project of translating your English to African language. Then because you do not know this language, you may require certain standard data sets wherein emotions are explained in African language, say. So you can use this standard data set. Likewise, right? So just go through this website. Same URL I have passed you. It has different categories. So this one is specifically to identify the sentiment of people. So I hope I could explain you what were the two types of data sets. What is computer vision and what can be related applications, how data sets can help you to develop related project. And secondly, I explained you what is sentiment analysis, what are the applications, and which are different data sets that can help you to do a project on sentiment analysis. So vast number of ideas can be generated from this. Project ideas where you can work on using the standard data sets. They are used by many research papers also. So you can decide on that because standard papers are using it, it is safe to use this and rely on the results that they are coming. Otherwise, how will you validate that particular word in English it's correct or not in African language? Either you will require a domain expert for that, a African friend which understands both language and who is reliable to for his knowledge or expertise of translation. So to avoid that dependency, these data sets really help you. The site also contains the data sets related to clinical. Let us go through quickly. Natural language processing. You know that there are voice assistants like Siri, Google Now also called as now Google Assistant from 2016, Amazon Alexa or Microsoft Cortana. These are doing the applications of say voice assistants and providing user the required information. Say for example, what will be the weather today? So they will give you an answer. How? So natural language processing data set is required by them. So that is available on the same site. Then clinical data sets are available, wherein you required, suppose you are doing some project of online counseling to the patients that are there in say areas where experts cannot reach, in remote areas of the country. Then you suppose they have certain disease and you want to provide them service through your project, right? So you will require some clinical information related to diagnosis, what is the treatment required, what drugs are required, what laboratory test needs to be done, right? What hospitalization is required, if the patient is insured or not, likewise, right? So using this data, you can advise the patient or give recommendations. So there are clinical data sets available. So I hope with this discussion, I am clear enough to let you understand that what data is available for our projects, in what different categories it is available, and what are the chances that you can develop your final year projects based on these data sets. That's it from my side. If you have any questions, we have 2 minutes left, so we can have interaction.
Madam, this is Bandari sir here. Ma'am, actually before 2-3 days only, we have conducted the first review of project, and in that student presented their ideas, but students
Right.
are not clear about that means what technology they should adapt or what new kind of technologies are there, because they have not done literature up to the mark. So many students are there with their project ideas, but they are in dilemma. That means whether these kind of things, that means what kind of technology they have to adopt for their project. As they will move further, they will definitely get the idea. But from today's presentation, I I come to know that this kind of computer vision is also one of the area, that kind of technology they can use in their project. So let's say, madam, one of the one of the group has selected the idea of smart parking. So whether this kind of computer vision technology or this natural process languaging is useful in their projects. This is just the example I am quoting here, but whether this kind of things, this computer vision technology they can use in their project.
Right, sir. Obviously, because we know that this data set for this project, they will require a detection of objects, vehicles, cars, persons. So such data set is already available here, CFAR10. So yes, that can be done. And this is a reliable data set that can use to validate their results.
So they can directly use this kind of data sets also for their
Yes, yes.
projects. Okay.
But they can create their own wherein they want to generate the project.
Real time,
Particular.
real time data is also, that means, applicable in computer vision. Okay, madam. Thank you so much.
Right, right. So that's all from my side. Sorry for inconvenience if I am traveling this weekend, so we could not have the session. So I hope this will suffice for the week.